is Drew Page. Welcome to the Drew Page channel. In this video, we are going to break down how the Supreme Court case involving a photograph of Prince can have an impact on your YouTube channel. So everybody enjoys YouTube for the most part. I mean, obviously you've got your trolls and you've got people who are negative all the time, but clearly YouTube is a very popular place. It's the second highest search engine behind Google itself, the Google search. YouTube is the next highest in people searching to discover things. And as part of YouTube, there are certain types of videos. You have reaction videos where people take a clip of a TV show or of a movie or of somebody else's YouTube channel and they react to it. Sometimes people just play it all the way through with no reaction. And then there are times where people break it up and react as the video goes along. There's other types where there's commentary. I mean, even the news takes clips of certain videos and comments on them and informs the public about things or educates people on things. And so clearly there is some measure where what would otherwise be protected works of art are allowed to be used by other people without having to pay a license for what's called fair use. And historically, the Supreme Court, involving the case of Campbell, lays out 4 elements that constitute fair use. Those 4 elements are the purpose and character of the use and whether such use is of a commercial nature or nonprofit. The second element is the nature of the copyrighted work. The third is the amount and substantiality of the portion used. And fourth is the effect of the use upon the potential market. Now, I said elements, it's actually factors. And there is no one factor that is more important than the other. The court has to consider all of those, and the court has determined that it is context specific. So in other words, it's essentially a case-by-case basis, and it's determined based on a balancing of all of these factors. In exploring these 4 factors, in the case of the Andy Warhol Foundation versus Lynn Goldsmith, the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, which hears the appeals of the cases that come out of the District Court of New York, decided or addressed the issue of these 2 photographs. One is a black and white photograph that was originally taken by Lynn Goldsmith, and then the second is an artistic painting by Andy Warhol that was the rights of the Andy Warhol Foundation have claim to. And there's no disputing that the photograph was used by Andy Warhol in developing this painting that he established. So the issue solely determined by the Second Circuit is whether this was a fair use. And so that's why in the thumbnail it's got the spot the differences. You remember in those newspaper games, they have 2 pictures and it says spot the differences between the photographs. So taking a look at the black and white and then the color photo, what are the differences? And that's essentially what the court is deciding. So looking at the first factor, the court says, okay, is the purpose and character of the work such that it's transformative? Is it something that's made new? And in looking at this element, the Supreme Court has said that if it serves more of an artistic function than a utilitarian function, then it's probably going to weigh in favor of infringement and not fair use. So, when you have something that's the same artistic purpose, like you have a photograph and a painting, both of the purposes of those is what, at least according to the opinion, is that they're both giving a visual artistic message. And so the Second Circuit determined it was not transformative and therefore reversed the summary judgment ruling of the district court, finding in favor of the Andy Warhol Foundation. So essentially these 2 courts see the same factors, the same facts, 2 completely different ways. And so the Supreme Court has been called upon and has granted certiorari, which is where they are granting the petition so that they can hear the case and make a decision. Now in 2021, they addressed fair use in the case of Google, and they found that Google's use of a computer programming use from another company, I believe it was Oracle, was transformative and therefore was fair use. So it's not been that long. It's just been a year since the court has ruled on a fair use issue, and now they've granted cert in this case. So what impact may this have for YouTube? Well, as long as you're making reaction videos that you know, are of a different purpose. You know, you're taking a clip and all you're doing is showing the same clip without any commentary, where it's not juxtaposed against something, where it's not a parody or something like that, then you may be leaning more toward infringement. Whereas if you chop it up and comment on it, and you know, or you're using it to educate people, there is some other reason why you're doing it, and also the amount of it that you're used. That's one of the factors. Whether you're getting paid for it, whether you're monetizing, you know, all of those types of things come into play. And trust me, I have had my fair share of copyright disputes here on YouTube. You see a few of those where, you know, Discovery was making claims on the undercover billionaire analysis that I was providing, where I was clearly educating and clearly giving commentary, but they still made the claim. I've never lost a single one. I even had a copyright strike on one of the videos, and I beat that. So, I mean, as long as you are following the law and you are, you know, doing your commentary, and this opinion actually says explicitly that commentary and criticism are the highest, most transformative factor that they usually rely on. So if you're doing reaction videos, for example, and you're not commenting, you're not educating, you're just looking at them and laughing, you know, you may have some problem there. But obviously you need to consult your own attorney on those types of things. But those are the factors that weigh in. And so this may actually have more of an impact on your thumbnails. You know, if you're taking a picture and the only thing you're doing is adding phrases there, you're not, you know, mixing it up in some way, you know, you're not taking away from, you know, its purpose. You know, thumbnails may be actually the part that has the greatest issue with this opinion, as opposed to the actual video itself. So we'll see what the Supreme Court has to say. Put in the comments what you think. Do you see any differences between the two photos? Do you think that the Second Circuit got it right? What impact do you think that this case may have on YouTube channels? And let me know. So if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and until next time, stay tuned.